can you reassure the world that Russia would not fire a nuclear weapon in anger, would not fire a first strike?
Нет, у нас есть.
We don't have insane people. We have our military doctrine.
Well, that's not a no. Joining me now is someone who would know, Brent Sadler. He's a Navy veteran, a nuclear engineer, and the senior fellow for naval warfare and advanced technology at the Heritage Foundation. So basically, he knows what he's talking about. All right, Brent, before we get to what they can do or what they can't do and what we can and can't do, what's your opinion on what they would do? I mean, it's easy to think of Vladimir Putin as some deranged maniac. Is he?
Well, no, I don't think Putin or any of his close advisors are certainly not crazy. They're all very calculating. It's just maybe how they go about their calculus may seem very shocking to ours, and certainly the value of human life is low on that calculus. That being said, focusing in on their capabilities is a safe place to go because capabilities beget options, and those options are what people like Putin weigh and the reactions to those choices that they have before them. And so we can talk more at length about that, but there's several that are quite stark and doesn't necessarily mean they have it off the table of a nuclear weapons use.
Okay, Brent, the average person, there's just the average Joe going to work, supporting a family. When he thinks about Russia and nuclear weapons, he thinks about the hunt for Red October or something like that, that it's always some submarine can hit any city in the world with the press of a button. If someone turns that key, it's on. But what's the reality? It's 2022. What is Russia's capability to deploy nuclear weapons, and what kind of nuclear weapons do they have?
So they have an array. So from very small, they call them tactical field weapons. And these are where the highest danger of miscalculation, like the pictures like you're seeing right now, shooting something out of an artillery piece or even a nuclear mortar round. So these are low yield, tactical use. The authority of that can be delegated down very low to field grade officers even. This was a fear and a very real one we found out later in the Cuban Missile Crisis. To medium and longer range ballistic missiles. Think of like what the Iranians and North Koreans have on their Scuds they could launch against Western Europe. Then, of course, the city killers. These are the thermonuclear bombs that have intercontinental ballistic missiles to carry them, deployed on rockets as well as on submarines. And, of course, there are long-range strategic bombers, which they could fly and cruise missiles tipped with a nuclear weapon on the end of them. That won't come necessarily, if it goes nuclear, won't start that way. Most likely, it might be a strategic loss in Ukraine that triggers a tactical nuclear use, which then rapidly escalates.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.